My darling, said Mr. Fox, I can smell those goons a mile away. I can even smell one from the other. Bogus gives off a filthy stink of rotten chicken skins. Boone reeks of goose livers. And as for Bean, the fumes of apple cider hang around him like poisonous gases. Yes, but just don't get careless, said Mrs. Fox. You know they'll be waiting for you, all three of them. Don't you worry about me, said Mr. Fox later. But Mr. Fox would not have been quite so cocky had he known exactly where the three farmers were waiting at that moment. They were just outside the entrance to the hole, each one crouching behind a tree with his gun loaded. And what is more, they had chosen their positions very carefully, making sure that the wind was not blowing from them towards the fox's hole. In fact, it was blowing in the opposite direction. There was no chance of them being smiled out. Mr. Fox crept up the dark tunnel to the mouth of his hole. He poked his long, handsome face out in the night air and sniffed once. He moved an inch or two forward and stopped. He sniffed again. He was always especially careful when coming out from his hole. He inched forward a little more. The front half of his body was now in the open. His black nose twitched from side to side, sniffing and sniffing from the scent of danger. None. And he was just about to go trotting forward into the wood when he heard or thought he heard a tiny noise. A soft rustling sound as though someone had moved a foot ever so gently through a patch of dry leaves. Mr. Fox flattened his body against the ground and lay very still. His ears pricked. He always waited a long time, but he heard nothing more. It must have been a field mouse, he told himself, or some other small animal. He crept a little further out of the hole, then further still. He was almost right out in the open now. He took a last careful look around. The wood was murky and very still. Somewhere in the sky the moon was shining. Just then, his sharp night eyes caught a glimpse of something bright behind a tree not far away. It was a small silver speck of moonlight, shining on a polished surface. Mr. Fox lay still, watching it. What on earth was it? It was moving. It was coming up and up. Great heavens! It was the barrel of gun! Quick as a whip, Mr. Fox jumped back into his hole, and at that same instant, the entire wood seemed to explode around him. Bang, bang! Bang, bang! Bang, bang! The smoke from the three guns floated upwards in the night air. Bogus and Boone and Bean came out from behind their trees and walked towards the hole. Didn't we get him? Said Bean. One of them shone a flashlight on the hole, and there on the ground, in the circle of light, lay half in half and half out of the hole, lay the poor tattered blood-stained remains of a fox's tail. Bean picked it up. We got the tail, but we mixed the fox, he said, tossing the thing away. Dang and breast, said Bogus. We shot too late. We should have let it fly the moment we popped his head out. He won't be poking it out again in a hurry, Boone said. Bean pulled a flask from his pocket and took a swig of cider. Then he said, It'll take you 3 days at least before he gets hungry enough to come out again.